Hi everyone, I am in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and Andrew Yang will be here momentarily. He is going to be at the bottom of the rocky stairs. Do I mean stairs that are full of rocks? No, I meant Rocky like movie. These are the stairs that he climbed up, and he's going to be speaking at the bottom of them. There's even a statue of Sylvester Stallone as Rocky, so it's pretty interesting. Anyway, so I am here for all the behind the scenes, so stick with me and keep going, Yang Gang. Bye. We got some volunteers for the Yang Gang right now. People are getting the merch table set up. It should be a good event. We're excited.
Jumpsuit and the whole thing. I'm gonna tear it off. I mean, there's gonna be a blue suit. Hello, Philadelphia. It's so great to see you. Thank you for being patient, because we should have been here months ago, but now there's no heat wave and we are back. I just want to give a shout out to AJ and Nikhil, the OGs, the original Yang Gang here in Philadelphia. Help make this happen. So we're round of applause. This campaign is going by leaps and bounds. Some polls just came out today that had me in 4th place in California. Yeah, I was at 7%, which was higher than Kamala Harris in her own state. This campaign is growing by leaps and bounds, in part because you all know what America's finding out, that I am not a politician, I'm a problem solver, I'm an entrepreneur. Now, people say to me all the time, it's like, you don't sound like any politician I've ever heard before. And they're not complaining. They're not saying, get me a politician immediately. This is great. And I'm running to solve the problems of this time. The biggest problem is, how the heck did Donald Trump become our president? Oh, if you turn on cable news today, why would you think that that man's our president? Russia, racism, Facebook, the FBI, Hillary Clinton, emails, all of this mixture, this cocktail. But I looked at the numbers, and the numbers tell a different story, Philadelphia. The story the numbers tell is this. We automated away 4 million manufacturing jobs in Michigan, Ohio, Wisconsin, and hundreds of thousands right here in Pennsylvania. And if that list of states sounds familiar, those are all the swing states that Donald Trump needed to win, and did win in 2016. And now what happened to those jobs, we will now do to the retail jobs, the call center jobs, the fast food jobs, the truck driving jobs, and on through the economy. How many of you have noticed stores closing around where you live here in Philadelphia? And why are those stores closing? Amazon, that's right. Amazon's like this giant $20 billion a year suction, just sucking life out of America's main streets. 30% of stores and malls are closing in the next 4 years. How much did Amazon pay in taxes last year? That's right. Now, how the heck did a $1 trillion tech company pay zero in taxes, less than everyone here? How is that possible? And I want you to imagine the scene. The scene where all the accountants assemble in the Amazon boardroom and they report to Jeff Bezos and they say, hey, great news, Jeff. We paid zero in taxes again. And then what does Jeff do? Jeff goes to his vault in the back of the room, takes out these giant bags of gold coins, dumps them on the table, and is like, yes, take some. And then they go, yes, yes, Jeff. And they all take their bags of gold coins. They put them in their cars and they drive home, and then they do like a gold coin bath like Scrooge McDuck. And whose fault is it? Is it their fault they're paying zero in taxes? No, whose fault is it? It's our fault. It's our government's fault. It's our leaders' fault. It's Jeff's accountant's job to make sure they pay as little in taxes as possible. And it's our job to make it impossible for them to pay zero in taxes. Am I right, Philadelphia? So this is the plan. We're going to get our fair share of every Amazon sale, every Google search, every Facebook ad, every robot truck mile, and return it here to the American people. That is the plan. We're going to build a trickle-up economy from our people, our families, and our communities up. Now, when you call a customer service line at a big company and you get the bots, the software, what do? You got a 000 until you get a person on the line, right? I do the same thing. But in 2 or 3 years, the software is going to sound like this. Hey, Andrew, how's it going? What can I do for you? It's going to be very effective and delightful, a little bit seductive, apparently. You might not even know it's software. What's that going to mean for the 2.5 million Americans who work in a call center right now and make $14 an hour? I just spoke at a conference of 70 CEOs, and I asked them, how many of you are looking at using software and AI to replace your back office clerical workers? Guess how many hands went up out of 70? All 70, that's right, they all raised their hands. The truth is, they could be fired if they didn't do that deal. How many of you have seen self-serve kiosks when you go into McDonald's? Every location in the country. 2 years from now. Food service and food prep, the third most common job in the country. And the one I talk about a lot is truck driving. How many of you all know what truck driving is? Truckers are being a truck driver is the most common job in 29 states. There are 3.5 million truck drivers in the United States. Average age 49, 94% men. And my friends in California, how many of you all work in technology? Some of you do, I can tell. You have that look to you. That futuristic look. If you work in technology, you probably have friends like I have that are working on self-driving cars and trucks out in California. Some of the smartest people in our country are working on that right now. And why are they working on this problem? For the money. $168 billion a year in cost savings from automating away truck driving. Think about that number for a second. $168 billion a year. That is a staggering amount of money. That is so much money that if you come to a venture capitalist and say, hey, I've got some product that can help speed up the automation of truck driving, it's just going to cost $200 million for me to test it out. And you're an investor, you make that bet. Because you think, wow, there's this pot of gold of $168 billion a year. If this set of smart people can help make that happen, then I'm going to make a lot of money. That's why we have some of the smartest people working on solving this problem. What is that going to mean for the 3.5 million truckers or the 7 million Americans who work in truck stops, motels, and diners around the country? Donald Trump is not the cause of all of our problems. Donald Trump is a symptom. He's a manifestation. He is a product of the fact that we are going through the greatest economic transformation in our country's history, what experts are calling the fourth industrial revolution. When is the last time you heard a politician say the words fourth industrial revolution? Just now! And I'm barely a politician. Going around the country, particularly because we know what we're going to do with the money. How are you all going to spend it after I'm president in 2021? You don't need to donate into the Yank, brother. I'm already president in this minute. You're going to spend it on the things that you spend it on right now. On food, daycare. There's some of you don't look like parents to me, but if you're a kid. Daycare, healthcare, student loans, the occasional night out, Little League sign-ups, all the things that make the world go round. A little bit of it would float back up to Amazon and Jeff Bezos, but most of it would stay right here in Philadelphia. This is a trickle-up economy, and as someone who started businesses, how many of you think that we'd see an increase in entrepreneurship, in arts, and creativity? That's right, this is a human-centered economy that revolves around our own goals and values, and there is nothing stopping us from making it happen. Nothing at all. There's nothing stopping a majority of citizens in a democracy from voting ourselves a dividend. That is why what seemed too good to be true at first will become a reality for the country in 2021. This is an era when change can happen very, very quickly, and it's going to take us helping wake up our fellow citizens to what we can do together. So this is the freedom dividend, but we can't stop there. How many of you were excited about GDP when you woke up this morning? You're like, I'm going to make a big contribution today. And I talk about my wife who's at home with our boys right now, one of whom is autistic. What is her work included at in GDP every day? Zero. The answer to all my questions is zero. But we know that's the opposite of the truth. We know that the work she's doing is among the most challenging and important work that anyone's doing in our society today. And the way we make her work recognized is we actually change the way we measure economic progress. GDP's at record highs, yes. You know what else are at record highs in the United States today? Suicides. Drug overdoses. Depression. Financial stress and insecurity. It has gotten so bad that our life expectancy has declined for the last 3 years in a row. When is the last time America's life expectancy declined for 3 years in a row? The Spanish flu of 1918. That's right, a global pandemic that killed millions. We are back in Spanish flu territory because drug overdoses and suicides have both overtaken vehicle deaths as causes of death in the United States of America. These are the real reasons why Donald Trump is our president. This is the stuff that, for whatever reason, the talking heads on cable news don't talk about. The fact that we have this incredible set of misery that's ripping our communities apart. So the way we home in on the real problems is we actually change our measurements of progress to be health and life expectancy. Mental health and freedom from substance abuse. How our children are doing. Clean air and clean water. These are the real measurements of success in the 21st century. And some people look at that and say, why would you make such a dramatic move? Student loan debt is up to over $1.5 trillion in this country, up from less than $100 billion in 1999. Think about that. It's over a 15x increase in that time period. And college has gotten 2.5 times more expensive than when I went to school. I hate to say it, has not got 2.5 times better. They did not upgrade it. It just got a whole lot more expensive. And so if you're a young person, you feel like you have no choice but to pay that, or your parents say we have no choice but to take out the loans. And then the government says it's okay, we'll make the loans available. That's how you get to 1.5 trillion in student loan debt. And it reminds me a little bit of what happened in the United States during the financial crisis. Now, it's a little while ago now, it's like 10, 11 years ago. When the financial crisis, our leaders had a choice. The choice was bail out the banks or bail out the American people. And what did they choose? Yeah, you all remember voting for the $4 trillion bailout of Wall Street? No! I sure as hell don't. None of us voted on that. We're in the same boat again with 1.5 trillion in student loan debt. And this time we're going to choose our people, right, Philadelphia? If you have a choice between saying to young people, hey, live in your parents' basements and pay off debt for years and years, or go out there and start families, start businesses, move our society forward, that is an easy choice. And I know this in part because I owed $100,000 plus in student loan debt myself in the 2000s. I used to call it my mistress. And I was like paying off some phantom family in another town. I was like, I hope they're having a good time with my $900 a month. Hopefully they let me visit them sometime. That was probably someone inappropriate. Oh yeah, I was single at the time. So I get it. We have to make the economy work for you all. If we leave our young people in a position, if I was young in this country right now, I'd either be angry or sad. Those are like the only two emotions that are appropriate. And if you're angry, I'm your man, Philadelphia. Because we are leaving you a total shit show, young people. It's true, you look up, you see the problems, you say, why is college so expensive? You graduate from college, 94% of the new jobs created in this economy are temporary gig or contract work that don't have benefits. And somehow we're blaming you for it. It makes no sense. What the heck did you have to do with it? You just showed up. And then the biggest thing is we left you a planet that is getting warmer all around us. I mean, the reason why we had to move back that rally that was scheduled for the summer is that it was literally a 110-degree heat wave. And having people stand outdoors in 110 degrees was going to be unsafe. July was the warmest month in human history. The last 4 years have been the 4 warmest years in recorded human history. So it used to be that I thought climate change was going to be a disaster for the next generation. It turns out the disaster is now. The disaster is here. Now, how many of you watched the Democratic debate last time in Detroit? Wow. If you remember that, I staked out the new 3rd position on climate change. Position number 1. We have to fight climate change. Position number 2, climate change is a hoax. And then position number 3, it is worse than you think. Yes. There's a proverb that the best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago, the second best time is now. Amen. That's where we are on climate change. We should have been doing this 20 years ago, but because we didn't, the best time is now. So we need to reverse the tide on climate change, and it's not enough just to do less of the bad, we need to do more of the good. We have to tell the big story to the American people. If you look back on 2016, Donald Trump said to America, we're going to make America great again. And what did Hillary Clinton say in response? America is already great. And that did not work out. We have to own the severity of the problems, but we have to present real solutions. Donald Trump got some of the problems right, but his solutions were garbage and nonsense. What were his solutions? We're going to build a wall. We're going to turn the clock backwards. We're going to bring the old jobs back. We're going to do the opposite of all of that. We have to turn the clock forward. We have to accelerate our economy and society as quickly as possible. We have to evolve in how we think about work and value. And I am the ideal candidate for this job because the opposite of Donald Trump is an Asian man who likes math. Thank you, Philadelphia. Hit my music. We're going to make America think harder. Am I right, Philly? Let's go. Let's take it all the way in 2020. Thank you. I love you guys. Thank you.
There they are, driving away. It is the end, people. No more. All done. Did you get your picture?
Yeah, we did. I did.
You didn't get the picture? Oh my gosh. Okay.